Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to Film Artsy, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And it looks like the production of Spider-Man 3 may have run into a pretty massive problem, and now they're receiving a ton of backlash because of this issue that they are facing. And it's definitely something that has a lot of people in the local area around where Spider-Man 3 is supposed to be shooting the film talking. So let's go ahead and jump into this story and what's going on with this production. But first, I want to give a quick, huge shout out to our Marvel Monday winner. If you guys didn't know, every single Monday we ask a challenging Marvel trivia question over in our community tab. So if you guys want to participate, make sure you're subscribed. Head over to our tab on Mondays for a chance to have your comment featured right here on the channel. Okay, so this news actually comes from filming for the upcoming Marvel Spider-Man 3, which Sony and Marvel are both co-funding. And we've been tracking the production story of this film for quite some time now. We talked a bit about when we saw different actors showing up on set, like Tom Holland, Zendaya, Jacob Batalon. And of course, we were talking about a lot of the rumors of other cast members from the MCU and even maybe larger actors beyond the MCU showing up along the way and possibly being there for filming. However, while it seemed like things were going pretty smoothly considering the state of the world right now and how movies in general have really taken a pretty massive hit in having a lot of productions delayed and postponed, it seems like Marvel ran into a pretty massive problem when they were getting ready to do the filmings at the school locations that they typically do for the Spider-Man movies. Now, this instance comes out of schools in the Atlanta area, which is where these movies for the school sequences are typically filmed. And just in case you're not familiar with the geography of the US, Atlanta and the larger state of Georgia are known for having a very large film industry over there, and a ton of movies and TV shows are filmed in this area, as it's just another location on the southeast side of the United States that's great for the film industry. However, with the impacts of everything that's been going on in the world this year, it seems like with all the schools shut down, when it came into question as to whether or not the schools that the movies are typically filmed at would open up in order to allow Spider-Man to film at these locations, it turned out there were a lot of parents who were very upset because of the fact that the schools have been closed for now looking at 8 months, where it was deemed unsafe for students to return to school. Then all of a sudden a production company needed to come in and use the location for filming while it was vacated anyways, and it ended up being this really big thing that Marvel may not have even anticipated themselves. Now, as it turns out, there have been restrictions on filming productions at school properties since March of this year. However, Spider-Man 3 ended up being the first film to actually get an exception, as it seems like location manager Ian Easterbrook, who works on Spider-Man and for Marvel, wrote asking permission or an override for the use of the two schools, as it would be vital for the success of the next film, and the fact that the movie would be very unique and in a very time-sensitive window where they would have to film for all of these other projects to also end up working. And as many of you know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe isn't just a universe that has one movie come out every couple of years. This is something that branches off into multiple storylines, so keeping a consistent timeline can be a top priority for Marvel and Sony. And as it turned out, he went as far as appealing to the school board and the superintendent of the school, adding that after exhausting normal channels of communication, appealing directly to the school board was their best bet. And in their application for filming on location, they included a $50,000 donation, which could be used to help during this time. And from the looks of this report, it looked like, for the most part, the plan is for Sony's production to really only need a few days. Between the two different schools that they requested, they just needed a couple of days setting up sets, and then 1 day for shooting the film, and another couple of days just to tear the sets down afterwards. It's just a smaller portion of the movie that would take place here, so it wasn't a need for some extensive full access use. Still, nonetheless, some parents are upset that it seemed almost like a bribery move to open up the schools despite restrictions put in place, putting Marvel in a little bit of hot water, even though it looks like they're just trying to get on with everything that needs to be done for this movie to make it out in time. But we did want to turn this around to everyone else and the community. Do you understand why there's so much outrage in this instance, or do you think that it's kind of different to compare things like schools reopening for students to go back to the classroom on a full-time basis versus filming scenes for a specific movie? It's a really weird type of comparison, but there is a crossover in this case, so we wanted to talk about it a little bit in this instance. So what do you guys think about this? Let us know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this, and we'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys.
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
See you guys.
Know anybody?